faces, worn out places, worn out faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And to feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarging your world. Mad world.
I am sorry. I am here. I was in the other room letting somebody in, and I was thinking, why is that song so quiet? But I am here, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but somebody pretty much forced my hand, so I'm going to talk about this. I want everybody to know here on Spreaker.com that we have got this maniac host. Her name is CDC. She goes by the name CDC Whistleblower. Okay? And after I got through with dinner and all this kind of stuff, I was sitting there tonight thinking, I'll go on Spreaker. I'll log in and I'll see if anybody I know is on. Well, I noticed that JP was on doing a music show, but by the time I got to JP's show, he was already off the air. I saw Goofy Bone on, went over there, and he was doing the same thing he does every night, talking about how rich he is and how poor everybody else is and how much he hates me and Guy Shay. It's the same thing every single night with him. Then I noticed that CDC Whistleblower was on. So I stopped by her show. And the title of her show, in the hashtags, it says, Crazy Women, They Make Debbie Daly Look Sane. Okay, all right. And Okay, well, my new promise to myself is anytime I see one of these people saying something like that about me, I will address it only if I have some information to bring you. This woman is over there lying. She's telling people she has, let me see, I was sitting there trying to remember them. She has cancer. She doesn't have cancer. She tells people that she has Hashimoto's disease or something like that, which she knows nothing about that. She doesn't have that. She said she had surgery to have the part of her thyroid removed that had the Hashimoto's disease. This woman knows nothing about Hashimoto's disease. Then she says she takes Synthroid because it is the part of the thyroid. I mean, you should hear her over there talking. It's like listening to somebody that's insane talking. But what I want to tell you, this woman is dangerous because, number one, 99%, I mean, unless it's her name, anything else out of her mouth is a lie. This has been proven time and time and time and time again. But what she's doing now is actually dangerous to this community that we live in, this world that we live in, and the reason why I say that is she's one of those nutcase mothers who had a child that is autistic, and because she doesn't want to take any responsibility or love the child for as it is, she's going to spend her life making a big hoopla about how she wants to blame something for this autism, okay? And she's going to blame vaccines. I want to tell y'all something. I have a number of strong feelings about anti-vaccine people, okay? But I want to read you a letter to the parent of the unvaccinated child who exposed my child to measles. By now, we've all heard of the measles outbreak that originated in Disneyland, or more accurately, originated from an unvaccinated person that infected other similarly minded vacationers. I won't get into a debate about the whole anti-vaccine movement, the thermosol controversy, no longer even used in childhood vaccines, or the myth that MMR causes autism. Let's talk about measles for 1 minute. It once was widespread in the United States. It is now considered eliminated in the United States, not continually circulating in the population, only contracted through travel out of country. Measles is highly contagious and can survive airborne in a room and infect someone 2 hours later. Another fun fact is that measles is transmitted before it can be diagnosed, 4 days before the characteristic rash appears. Measles itself is unpleasant, but the complications are dangerous. 6 to 20% of the people who get the disease will get an ear infection, diarrhea, and even pneumonia. 1 out of every 1,000 people with measles will develop inflammation of the brain, and 1 in 1,000 will die. I assume that you love your child just like I love mine, and I assume that you are trying to make good choices regarding their care. Please realize that your child does not live in a bubble. When your child gets sick, other children are exposed. My children, why would you knowingly expose anyone to your sick, unvaccinated child after recently visiting Disneyland? Why does this affect me and mine? Why is my family at risk if we are vaccinated? Well, I'm glad you asked. Regarding measles, there are 4 groups of people. All are represented in my family. First, the MMR vaccine results in immunity for most who receive it. 2 doses provides protection that can be confirmed with blood titers. My wife is in this group. Second, about 3% of fully vaccinated children do not develop a lasting immune response. They have low blood. What is that word? I've never seen that word before. Let me see how that's pronounced. Hold on just 1 second. I have to get my help from my computer here.
Blood titers.
blood titers are not protected against measles. If exposed, this group will likely get the illness. I am in this group. I was thankfully not exposed. Third, we have the unvaccinated, my son Eli, who is 10 months old. He is too young to receive the MMR and thus has no protection. Whether by refusal or because they are too young, exposed unvaccinated children will have a 90% chance of getting measles. Fourth, there are children like my child Maggie. These are children who cannot be vaccinated, children who have cancer, children who are immunocompromised, children who are truly allergic to vaccines as a part of a vaccine. These children remain at risk. They cannot be protected except by vaccinating people around them. Wow. Maggie was diagnosed last August with ALL, which is acute lymphoblastic leukemia, cancer of the blood. She has been admitted 6 times since diagnosis and spent over 3 weeks at Phoenix Children's Hospital. She has been immunized fully, but we are unable to immunize her further until her treatments end. Her treatment will prayerfully end after her 5th birthday in January of 2017. Here is how the measles outbreak has further complicated my situation. It was a Wednesday. Maggie had just been discharged from Phoenix Children's Hospital after finishing her latest round of chemo. That afternoon, she went to the PCH East Valley Specialty Clinic for a lab draw. Everything went fine and we were feeling good until Sunday evening when we got the call. On Wednesday afternoon, Anna, Maggie, and Eli had been exposed to measles via another patient. Our 2 kids lacked the immunity to defend against measles. The only protection available was multiple shots of rubella immune globulin. There were 3 shots for Maggie and 2 shots for Eli. They screamed, but they now have temporary protection against the measles. We pray that it is enough. Eli and Maggie were exposed to measles on January the 21st. Despite the treatment noted, they could start showing signs of measles any time from now until February the 11th. After a new blood test, both my wife and I were found to be immune to measles, but the children will remain in isolation until February 11th. Unvaccinating parent, you anti-vaccine nutjobs, thank you for screwing up our 3-week vacation from chemotherapy. Instead of a break, we get to watch for measles symptoms and pray for no fever. Thank you for making us cancel our trip to the snow this year. Maggie really wanted to see the snow, but we will not risk exposing anybody else. On that note, thanks for exposing 195 children to an illness considered eliminated from the United States. Your poor choices don't just affect your child, they affect many more. Please forgive my sarcasm. I am upset and rather scared. Signed, Papa Bear. Now, the research that I've done proves that anti-vaxxers, in my opinion, are nuts. We have one here on Spreaker, and she is a known nutcase to begin with. And she is an unbelievable liar. She just got through saying that she was going to go to school and get her master's degree and go and become a doctor, she said. Oh, boy. The lies with that woman never cease. They are crazy lies. The lies that woman tells are insane. Not to mention the lies that she's told about me. I mean, it's crazy. It used to be so fun to listen to her lie about me. She would say things that were just unimaginable. And you would just shake your head and think, where does she come up with this stuff at? She's got a very wild imagination. She's a very sick individual. Again, she's on here. Do not listen to what she says. She's insane. And she, like I said, I don't know what to say. My children were vaccinated. I was vaccinated. Victor was vaccinated. Everybody I've ever met in my life has been vaccinated. I really think that it's women who have autistic children and they want to place blame somewhere. They want to blame somebody instead of quietly raising that child in a loving home and accepting it for the way it is and spending all the time that you spend bloviating about anti-vaccines on trying to work with your child, sitting alone and talking to it and helping it to be a better person, better human, whatever. You are so obsessed with blaming something. And I've really been thinking, there is a church that is in Texas, I think, an outbreak in Texas that has been caused by an anti-vaccine megachurch. Okay? A dangerous measles outbreak has been traced to a megachurch in Texas whose leader told followers to stay away from vaccines. Yes, I'm talking about the nutcase Kenneth Copeland and the leader of the Eagle Mountain International Church. He has warned followers to stay away from vaccines, promoting that they cause autism. The unvaccinated congregation was recently put in danger when a member left the country, and guess what? You got it, came back with measles. They returned to Texas, where they interacted with the congregation as well as handled children in the day care center. 9 children and 6 adults are now affected with the disease, 12 of which were not fully vaccinated. All of the school-age children infected were homeschooled and didn't have the immunization shots needed to enter public schools. Now, I homeschooled Stephen, but I'm not an idiot. I had Stephen vaccinated just like I had Heather vaccinated, just like everybody I know in my life I've ever met has been vaccinated, and none of them were autistic. I'm sorry. I understand that it's probably one of the most difficult things in the world to handle an autistic child. But you cannot blame something on that is not true. It's not true. This is a classic example of how measles is being reintroduced, says William Schaffner, a professor and infectious disease expert at Vanderbilt University, the Vanderbilt University School of Medicine in Nashville. He has been citing examples where fears of vaccines causing autism have led to measles outbreaks. I don't understand why somebody would listen to a nutcase like that. Anybody that would have this woman a part of their club, a part of anything, has got to be insane. In real life, she hides away in this government housing that she lives in. She never goes out. If she goes out at night, she goes out her back door because there's so many people at her front door getting her to pay bills, serving her with papers. This is the truth. This isn't me making stuff up. I don't tell lies. It's not the way I do business. And following the outbreak, Pearson's has called on all the congregation to become vaccinated. I mean, I believe you're a public menace if you do not vaccinate your children. I refuse to be put in danger because your idiot ass does not believe in science. I want people who refuse vaccines, at least some of the biggies, penalized. It's a public health issue. Vaccinations should be the law. I mean, vaccinations were invented in this country to save this country. And if not, my own aunt had polio until the polio vaccine came along. That was an unbelievable thing that happened. She was my great aunt, but it's very sad. Just recently, somebody wrote that the great Northwest of the United States is known for its natural beauty. It's also a high-tech region with a highly educated public, okay? But it has, the anti-vaxxers are there, and they have convinced a frighteningly high number of parents in Washington state to withhold vaccines from their children. This despite the fact that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is one of the world's leading sponsors of vaccine research. When the vaccination rates drop, everyone becomes more vulnerable to infectious disease. When more than 90% of the population is vaccinated, we have what's called herd immunity. This means that the disease cannot spread because there aren't enough susceptible people in the community. And now we learned that the United States is in the midst of the worst whooping cough epidemic in 70 years. One of the most hard-hit states is Washington, which the CDC just announced has suffered 2,520 cases so far this year, a 1,300% increase over the last year. I know it's sad. I mean, I was raised in a home, and I was also a member of another household down the street, a regular, almost full-time member of this household. It's where my best friend lived, and they basically adopted me as one of theirs. When they bought tickets to the Cowboy games, I had a ticket. When they went skiing, I went skiing. Anywhere they went, I went. Anything they did, I did. I was just included. Well, the family had 2 children. One of them was named Kay, and one of them was named Ann. Ann was mentally retarded. That's what we used to call it. It's not that I'm being tacky or politically incorrect. That's exactly what it was called. Today, I believe the politically correct term is special needs. Well, Ann had it very, very severely. And I was raised from 3rd grade all the way through high school and college around Ann on almost a daily basis. I understand that it's difficult. I understand that. But I honestly feel, in my own opinion, that these women, especially this nutcase here on Spreaker, this CDC whistleblower person, is simply trying to spend her time blaming something and causing her child. I mean, imagine how that, thank God her children don't live with her, but can you imagine being her child? All Mommy talks about is, this thing, when in fact, I wouldn't bring it up. If it were me, I would go completely the opposite direction. I would spend my time. First of all, wouldn't spend my time podcasting. I would be with my children like I was until they were grown. I can't imagine having young children. Of course, she says she has young children. That's also a lie. How do I know? I know because last year at this time, I was approached on Facebook by none other than her ex-best friend, who fled their town to get away from this nutcase because she was making her life a living hell. She was spreading rumors about her. She was just crazy stuff. Why did she contact me? She contacted me and she said, by any chance, is this the Debbie that Angela talks about? And I said, very reluctantly, I was like, okay, who are you? And then we spent several hours together talking about it. And she said that this woman was very obsessed with me in real life, that she talked about me all the time. And that then she proceeded to tell me about her reputation. She said she is known as a very mean, very horrible person. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. And I just have been quiet about this. I've been silently doing my research on it, and it's insane. These anti-vaccine people are causing an epidemic in this country, and I have to see it. This is going to get nothing but worse. Don't listen to these nutcases. They don't know what they're talking about, especially the one here on Spreaker. She's insane. Anybody that lies like that is insane. She's over there telling people she's got cancer, she's got this, she's got Hashimoto's disease. I mean, are you kidding me? Jesus. Some people just should not have a microphone. I mean, just go over there and break down the door and take that microphone away from that woman. Victor, do you remember when we found out that I had Hashimoto's disease?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember where we were?
Yeah, we're at the Ashton Zales or Lipsky Center.
Zales Lipsky's Hospital. Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I was getting a
sonogram or something.
sonogram. That's right, sonogram on my thyroid.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor came in and looked at the sonogram, and she grabbed the sonogram thing herself, and she said, "It looks like you have what's called Hashimoto's disease." And I said to her, "Wow, what a sexy name for a disease." Remember I said that?
Mm-hmm.
She said to me, Hashimoto's disease is a disease where it's a syndrome or a condition where the thyroid it has nodules on it for some reason. And that's what happened to mine. And it goes away after you level your levels. Your thyroid is controlled by your what's it called? It ends with US in your brain.
Thalamus.
The thalamus, the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus sends messages to the thyroid by virtue of the TSH, the thyroid stimulating hormone, and it tells the thyroid to work. Well, when you have high TSH, then your thyroid is not working, and your TH level is supposed to be 4.5, and mine was 622.0. Mine was 622, and it's supposed to be 4. So mine was a little bit out of whack, and it was hypothyroid. And so I have I'm so tired, and I have sort of a raspy voice when I start getting low on my thyroid, which, by the way, I take. Here's my pills. You can tell because they're so tiny. Synthroid, 0.15 mgs or 150 mcgs. 1 tablet daily. I need to take one right now. And I know about this. I started taking this 25 years ago. I know about this. And this woman is just, please don't listen to her.
And don't listen to people that say eat salt while you're pregnant.
Mm-hmm. We think that's what happened to my thyroid. When I was pregnant, Victor told me not to eat salt. He took all the salt out of the house. He wouldn't let me have salt on anything. And then we found out that it had a lot to do. It might have had a lot to do with what happened to my thyroid because I was diagnosed with postpartum hypothyroidism. After I had Heather, I was in bed exhausted, and I kept calling my mom, and she goes, "Oh, well, you're just tired from having the baby." And no, excuse me, my pediatrician, my OBGYN said, "Oh, you're just tired from having the baby." And I said, no, this is different. No, it's not. You're just tired. When my mother came over there one time, took one look at me, and she said, "I'm taking her to my doctor." So my mom put me and the baby in the car and took me to her doctor, her old doctor that had been around forever. And he took one look at me, and he said, "I can tell you what's wrong with her. It's her thyroid." And he took some blood tests, and he said she needs to go to he was at least smart enough to not pretend that he knew what was going on. And he said she needs to see an endocrinologist. So we went home and we looked up. We wanted the best in Dallas because I had a pretty bad case. And we went to one of the best in Dallas, and he did blood work, and he said, "You barely have a thyroid. When you lose your thyroid, you lose all of your energy." Your thyroid is basically the
metabolism.
It controls every system in the body, pretty much every system. And so if it goes, everything goes. And you are sluggish, you have dry hair and dry fingernails, brittle nails. Your voice can get it can get lower than normal, like mine is. Because see, I usually talk up here. This is my normal voice. But when I get really tired, like I am right now, I had another long day at work. And so, yeah. A lot of people would say, "Well, get off the air and go to bed." Sleeping doesn't really help me feel much better. I know that sounds insane, but it's like, I think it's just I'm living right now a very high stress life in my real life as far as work and scheduling and stuff like that. It's something I'm not really used to doing. But I took it on, and that's what's going on. So that's the way it's going to have to be. I'm on Skype right now, and I'll be on Skype for just a short while. I'll open up the lines at 214-444-5488. You know the number. If you want to give me a call and say hi and tell me what's on your mind, we'll talk about it for a minute. And if not, we won't. But seriously, you know I always bring you guys the truth. Don't listen to these nutcases, and especially the nutcase like her. She's a known nutcase. She used to tell people all these crazy lies about me, that I lost my business, that I lost my home, that I did all this crazy shit. She was crazy talking about me. It was really almost funny to listen to her sometimes. It really was almost entertaining because she would just come up with these crazy things. I used to have one on my computer. I was going to show you one. Let me see, where did it go? I had it on here somewhere. Let me look and see if I can show you what I'm talking about. This nutcase. Where did it go? She had one on here. It was under... Oh, here it is. Dumpster tactics. Are you kidding me? She calls me the dumpster. She's the dumpster. I'm like, what? And her thing is called, her podcast now is called Vaccine Truth News. Everything about her is truth. Which that right there alone should tell you that she's lying. Anybody that has to call themselves Mrs. Truth is obviously lying, right, Vic?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Truth. No, you're a liar. But anyway, I don't know. I used to have it on here somewhere. I don't remember where it went. I probably deleted it off of here. Probably wasn't even worth keeping. So yeah, there you go. I don't know how they all came on here. They came on here one day, and there was like hundreds of them. Not hundreds, if there was several of them. I don't know where they went. I'll look one more place and see, because it's really worth showing you. Oh, wait a minute.
Talk to Steve. They have like 4 or 5 feet of snow in Chicago.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. They've had some flooding in the San Fernando Valley.
Really?
I think. One of those places over there. Yeah, I heard today. Absolutely. Yep. Some flooding. Clark and Darla. We haven't had Clark and Darla in so long. We got to hear Clark and Darla. It's on the other computer over there. It's on. Let's listen to Debbie. Here we go with Clark and Darla. This is great. This is really funny.
Hey guys, welcome to the Debbie Daily Radio Network. You are on a featured show by one of our greatest friends. Their names are Clark and Darla. They have a show somewhere out there on the internet, and we just chose a random episode to play, and it's pretty amazing. They let us allow you guys to download the show if you guys want to, so you can put it on your iPod or something like that, so you can listen to it anytime you can. So please listen to our friends Clark and Darla, as you know, they have a show only here on the Debbie Daily Radio Network. Goodbye.
Zucchini, I live on the beach. She walk around in her bikini. Girls are like school, and I cut them like seniors. I'm here to distinguish.
Did you hear that? Are you there? Is anybody there?
Honey, I love Lil Wayne.
I love me Lil Wayne. I love Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne.
So yeah, Lil Wayne's in jail. Who'll be tripping on that? I'll be tripping on that.
Lil Wayne's in jail? What did he go to jail for? What did he go to jail for?
I don't know what he got to go to jail for. Nobody told me.
Really?
Lil Wayne the man. He the man. He's the Carter.
My friend wants to talk. Just a minute.
I'm holding.
Oh, this was horrible. Jake and I pirated a show on Blog Talk Radio under a ban, an IP ban. We were both IP banned, so we pirated onto Blog Talk Radio, and we're doing these stupid shows. We did another one called, oh, this is hysterical. This is, I don't know why it's called. I don't know why it's called Denial, but it's called Denial. This is when I had my own network. I wasn't on any network at all. I was doing my own private network. It's really funny.
Hi guys, welcome to the Debbie Daily Radio Network. You are currently listening to a show from August 21st. This show is about Debbie talking about a lot of things related to the psychological thing called denial. The story of her daughter and what happened and how interesting it actually is and how it's actually sort of a gift. Well, anyways, if you enjoy the show, go to the right and click download so you can listen to it on your iPod or other Zune or whatever you have. So this is a clip from the live show on August 21st. Hope you enjoy and thank you for listening to the Debbie Daily Radio Network, okay?
Called angel eyes, and some people actually have a built-in mechanism, a defense mechanism that some people believe is a gift from God, which is where they automatically don't believe something has happened, and they literally wipe it out of their mind. And it is true. It's a mind phenomena that happens in your mind. And my mother did that. My mother just pretended that he never happened. She took down all of his pictures. She never once went back into the house where it happened. She moved out of them. She never once returned to the house, ever. From the moment she was at the hospital, when they were giving the news, she went straight somewhere else and never walked back into the house. And she was normal, I guess, sort of, but she just pretended. She would say, if somebody brought him up, she would call him him. She couldn't say his name. Well, Angel Eyes, starring Jennifer Lopez, is about that. It's about a man who has a tragic accident with his wife and his child, and they both get killed. And he doesn't pretend he suffers from that phenomena. And some things are a phenomena in life. Some things cannot be explained. And he did not remember. I mean, he just had convinced himself it didn't happen because it was so painful. And Jennifer Lopez finds out and helps bring it out of him. And then she overcomes a huge thing in her life, too, which was a situation with her father beating her mother. Have you ever seen Angel Eyes?
I haven't.
You should look that up. It's a fascinating movie.
Okay.
And it's really cool. It's called Angel Eyes. It's playing on HBO right now. And my daughter has that. And I have it just a wee bit, not as much as like I've told this story before about the night that Sky died. She died on the night of October 29th. And Heather knew about it. And Heather rode to school with Sky every day. She was much older than Heather. And she rode to school with her. And only because Sky just loved me and was close to my family, and she just sort of paddled Heather along and took her to school in her truck that she called the Beast. And they went to school every day together. They laughed. They went by Chick-fil-A and got a chicken biscuit and blah, 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 blah. And it was just fun. Well, the morning she knew she had died because it was all over the news. LBJ Freeway, 635, north and south, shut down for 4 hours. This is true. Stephen had gone somewhere with one of his friends. One of his friends' father's a doctor, and they had gone out to this park where they ride the bicycles. They'd gone to BMX park. They got caught in the traffic, and they were like, "What the hell?" LBJ shut down. All 8 lanes, 4 on this side and 4 on that side, literally came to a stop because the crash happened in the medium. They were driving home from North Dallas over to here where we live, and she just lived 5 houses down. And I told you that was a girl that just had adopted me as her mother, and I had adopted her as my child. She was 18 at the time, and they were 4 girls in an SUV, and they suffered a rollover. And they were 6 people gave an accident, the same exact thing. They were changing lanes. And because of the blind spots in these SUVs, they're top heavy, and there were 4 passengers. They barely clipped the car on their left back quarter panel. And when she tried to gain control of the SUV, she teeter-tottered. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And she finally veered over left and rode the median for about a half a mile. There were sparks flying, and then she hit one of the lights. As she went up the light, the car flipped over and landed on its left side, and both the driver and Sky, who was behind the driver, were instantly killed. And the 2 girls on the right side with their seatbelts on got out and walked away. And so, however, Heather was made aware of that night. She kind of told me about it. And the next morning when I woke up, I was sort of in a daze, and I went to put the coffee on and just feeling like, oh my God, my front door was covered in flowers from the kids from school and stuff like that. And there sat Heather in the formal living room where she sat, where she could see down the street with her backpack. And I said to her, Heather, what are you doing? And she said, what do you think I'm doing? I'm waiting on Sky. And I went, oops. So I went to the phone and I called somebody to come and pick her up. And I went along with it because I knew she was in that mindset, that phenomena. So she goes to school, and there was just stuff everywhere. Everybody was all over Heather, and she was getting very perturbed. I don't know what you're talking about. This is bullshit. Well, I called the main administration building of the district, and I said, we've got an emergency on our hands. I need a psychiatrist to go over to. They said, there's no problem, Miss Daly. We've got an on-call psychiatrist that will immediately rush to the school as fast as he can get there. If he's got a client in his office, he will get up and leave the client. I would say that psychiatrist was there in 10 minutes. He recorded the conversation with Heather and called me about an hour later and said, Heather is now ready. Heather has accepted it. And she was crying, and she came home. And it's so funny, in our memory book of Sky is Heather's pass to leave school. It says October 30th, Heather gets to miss the rest of the day, and she came home. And it was, but that is a mechanism. Isn't that odd that some people have?
Yeah, I don't know. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's so painful for them that they cannot accept it, and they go into what's called denial.
I'm glad I found that, because I think that plays into what we're talking about tonight. I think it plays into these people with this anti-vaccine movement. I think that some people in their lives choose to live with a lie so long that they believe it. Now, you might say that that's what my own mother did. My own mother, of course, lost one of her children, my brother. And it was so painful that she completely blocked it out. We weren't allowed to say his name. We weren't allowed to talk about him. And it was very sad. My mother died a mere 5 years after my brother. And I believe that that's what happened, that she mourned herself to death. Very sad. Very, very sad deal. Yeah. And, some of these women are just like, they have lived with a lie so long that they honestly believe it. They believe it. They say that if you treat a diamond like glass, it will turn to glass. And if you believe something long enough, it becomes reality, which is very sad for some of these people. And I think that these people need to realize that what they're doing and why they're doing it. Do you know what I mean? And I really think that they would stop this madness before they get a lot of people killed. And I mean killed, because that's what it is to me. I don't think it's murder. It's not premeditated. That's ridiculous. But I do think it is It's very sad. And don't listen to these people. Do your own research. Do your own research. Do not believe what these people are saying to you. It's very sad. Very sick and very sad. Boy, these songs on here are so old. I used to play so much music on the show back in the day when I had a busier show. In fact, there's 22 clips that Victor made of mine and Steve, a lot with Steve, and I'll play some of those for you now just because they're so funny. Because I never get on this computer. This is a computer I had in season 1 and season 2 of my podcast. Take a listen to some of these clips. Victor did these.
What's going on? Talk to me. What do you need? What do you want? What do you do? What's up? 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 What's up?
Man, cool. You're tuning into 186 Point Deuce, the Worldwide Radio Show. This is Riding on 22's Monday.
You got a problem, officer? Officer? I'm not as pink as you drunk I am.
You're the only one. You see, nobody else does this. You're so real, Debbie. You're so real. You've got me. You've got Dad. You've got everybody on right now, and you don't give a hoot who says what. And I love it. You're real.
I wish I did. I do. I swear to God, I wish I cared. And then 831. I'm gonna speak in Spanish for. Blah 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 blah. Except for below is the current agreement. Blah 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 blah. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Bye. Let's go to the phone lines right here. We got a caller in the 347 area. You are now live on 186 Point Deuce, the Worldwide Radio Show.
Hello, may I speak with Mr. Bone, please?
You sound like that you want to speak on him, Mr. Bone.
Mr. Bone, my name is Mrs. Daly. I'm calling from the Internal Revenue Service.
Oh, my God.
Today in history, who cares? I have no idea. It's history. Get over it. We're happy, 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 aren't we? Boy, I wish I knew who you were. You little mullet. I wish that somebody in there could tell this guy to take his mask off. I got a feeling this little bastard's the ringleader on this deal, but you're quite welcome.
Your check's in the mail.
Thank you, thank you. That's part of the three biggest. That's one of the three biggest lies in the world. I love you, the check's in the mail, and I want beep in your mouth.
And my wife is the most wonderful woman I've ever known in my life. And pretty much anything she says is always within reason. So I'm very, very lucky in that case. And she keeps... yeah, it's true. It's true. And I'm proud of it. It's a good thing.
I can be mean. That's why I get along with guys so much. I'm pretty much like a guy. You know? We're too busy. Oh, my God.
Trust me, you got plenty of time to sleep when you're dead.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stay awake. We're going to be doing...
That's a very, very soothing thought. Thank you. Thank you, Orchongo.
It's very calming.
Very calming.
Soothing and true.
You know, I'm sitting here with a high priest on the phone of a very strong religion who could probably zap me any freaking minute, and I'm sitting here insulting him on the radio. Here we go.
Hey, Dink. What's going on?
Nothing much, Mom.
Well, what are you listening to on your MP3 mobile music device? Also known as an iPod.
Well.
Come on. Out with it, boy.
I'm listening to Debbie.
Debbie. Who?
Daly.
Are you addicted to her show again? You need to start saving the world. You are wasting your time listening to that show. Am I going to have to put you through AA again because of her? What's her number? Let me call her.
But, Mom, she's doing it for me. Debbie Daly is saving the world.
How the frick is she saving the world? Huh? Come on. Give me a reason.
She is solving world beats. All on one simple blog talk radio network.
What do you mean blog talk radio?
Caller after caller, she gets the most diverse callers and gives the most honest and truthful readings that turn out to be accurate.
Okay. Now what do the callers call in for?
You know what they call in for. They call in to talk to Debbie Daly herself. She is an internationally known woman who doesn't judge and doesn't read a book by its cover. This all goes into getting the perfect advice on any situation. Heck, the callers can go anywhere. I mean, I have heard stories about cross-dressing to spirits coming through and speaking to her.
What do you mean actually speaking to her?
I mean speaking to her. She gets callers talking about more than just financial and relationship-related crap. Okay. She has actually recorded electric voice phenomena on the air from spirits wishing to either talk to her or to the caller themselves because they are so comfortable with her.
So as I was saying earlier, how does she save the world?
Because she is an all-around awesome chick.
UH, huh? Go on.
And she is totally free to listen to. You don't have to pay to listen to her. Go to one of her live shows for once. It's a one-in-a-lifetime experience over there.
Now, did y'all hear that? Is that not the sweetest? That is probably the sweetest thing anybody has ever done for me. You had a patio. You had a sliding glass door, which, of course, never worked. You had to go, you had to go jump. But for all practical purposes, I look normal. I act normal. I laugh. I love rock and roll. Our society today, which we're stuck living in this society, by the way, you know that. We are. And I want to get to know you better. I want to get to know you. Tom's like, let me tell you why. He's the best of all the guys. In the Thunderbolt Slapper, well, he's on your tail. He won't quit because you know there's no such word as fail too. Tom Slick. Tom Slick. I just do what? Hold on, I'm getting a message. The switchboard operator is telling me that there is somebody from Arabia that wants to dance with Fly Girl Emily 80. Let me pick it up the call. It's a Skype caller from Pakistan. Hello, Pakistan. You're on the phone with Debbie Daly.
Hello?
Would you like some orange juice? Orange juice, sir.
No, this is one thing. I don't understand why you and this is not to be disrespecting of you, but when you're messing with people that are very important to the society of America, this is not nice.
I'm so sorry. Now, where in Pakistan are you from?
I am from Madrul. It's a small town of only 17 people. They're all my family. And I'm truly American now.
I know that town. They're all males there. There's no females.
Do you hang out there sometimes?
What is your name, caller? Caller, what's your name?
It was in the Inquirer.
Abdul.
Abdul.
My name is Abdul, and I want to say one thing. I love the show, and this girl scares me. She's breaking my ass straight off my cheeks.
Can I ask a question?
Maybe it's because in your country the women aren't even allowed to show their face. And over here we actually...
But she has a question, so what is the question? I'm scared.
Do you like steak?
Do I like steak? What is wrong with steak? Steak is delicious.
Or do you prefer a rump roast?
Because I made an ass of myself?
No, because the cows walk... See, you're not really from Pakistan.
See, you would have known that if you're not from Pakistan. You're full of...
No, you see...
They're holy in India and Pakistan. They're holy. They walk the streets. They're not allowed to touch the cow.
I'm sick and tired of these acceptances of primitive concepts, all right? I mean, don't you idiots understand that this is modernity? This is the time for us to emerge out of this ridiculous primitive thinking. This is a new time, a new age, where we understand what we are and understand our capabilities and understand that we can not only retain knowledge but bequeath knowledge and add on to knowledge that is bequeathed. I mean, we have conquered so many things. We have done so much as humanity, and yet humanity itself is becoming its own detriment.
Ladies and gentlemen, bringing you the news that's out of this world. She's willing to go to infinity and beyond to bring you the paranormal activity. Her house used to be haunted by ghosts, but they got the out of there. She's the psychic chick, Miss Debbie Daly.
(502) and 812 and going now. Hello? Hey, I actually need some, like...
Hey, Debbie, I actually have a story for Jim that I want his opinion on.
I hope you die in a car accident. Hey, someone asked for Jim?
Yeah, I have a story for Jim that I kind of want his opinion on.
Do you hate to go to funerals? Tired of the awkward and depressing moments just standing around? Well, at Stiffy & Son Funeral Home, we want to remind you that the first 3 letters in funeral are F-U-N, fun! We have plenty of entertainment for the kids, including pinball and arcade games, an open bar, live DJ. Plus, we beefed up the old depressing methods of burial with what else? Hamburgers and hot dogs! Roast a complimentary dog over Uncle Billy's cremation fire. Make sure you bring your swimsuit to Uncle Jerry's burial at sea in the area's largest wave pool. Or try one of our theme funerals, our most popular and special this week, Circus Send-Off. Complete with clowns and jugglers. Shoot Grandpa off to his final resting place in our giant cannon. Spend a tropical evening with our luau theme, including hula dancers, a roast pig, and lays for everyone. You can also try our brand new cryogenic ski package. Your loved one may be on ice, but make sure you bundle up as you hit the slopes. What a better way to say a final farewell. At Stiffy & Son Funeral Home, we try to make death the memory of a lifetime.
Every morning just to keep a job, I gotta fight my way through the hustle and mob. Sounds of the city pounding in my brain while another day goes down the drain. But it's a 5 o'clock world when the whistle blows. No one owns a piece of my time, and there's a 5 o'clock for me inside my clothes, thinking that the world looks fine.
Hello, it's me. I'm here with you. I'm listening to some of these old things. We're taking a walk down memory lane on the old computer that we're tapped into, and now we'll go and see what other clips there are on here. Here's the funny one we used to play on the show.
I snorted cocaine for about 15 years with my dumb ass. I must have snorted up Peru. I could have bought Peru all the shit I snorted. Could have just gave him the money up front and had me a piece of property. I started off snorting little tiny pinches. Said, I know I ain't gonna get hooked. I don't know coke, you can't get hooked. My friends have been snorting 15 years, they ain't hooked. I was snorting little teeny, didn't even make noise. Coke etiquette, Jack.
Pass the album, please. No more for me.
6 months later... licking the album shit. Trying to get a freeze. Somebody told me you put it on your dick, you could fuck all night. Right? Shouldn't have told me that. My dick had a Jones.
As the snow flies on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing she don't need, is another hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand. He'll grow to be an angry young man someday. I take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns. A hungry little boy with a runny nose plays in the street as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. as hungerbirds.
I'm probably not a typical Texan in that I don't hunt. I fish, but I don't hunt. And not because I think it might somehow be more holy to eat meat that's been bludgeoned to death by somebody else. That's not it. It's really early in the morning. It's really cold outside, and I don't want to fucking go. My cousin Ray, on the other hand, thinks killing a deer with a deer rifle is magic in the forest. I'd like to do for you now my impression of my cousin Ray after the big kill. The impression just wouldn't be accurate if I didn't smoke during the... I don't normally smoke. It's just something I do while I'm on the road to keep my... It's just something I do to keep my hands off my dick, you know? It only works on this one. It's a dick joke for the hearing impaired. Don't leave anybody out. That's my policy. I used to not even have a policy. Now I got that one. My impression of my cousin Ray after the big kill. Hell, it was 4 in the morning. 22 degrees outside. Of course, you weren't there. Pussy. I'm in a camouflage deer blind with grease paint on my face. I've got deer urine on my boots. I'm not sure why. I made that part up. I got a 30-06 with a 12-power scope and a bullet that'll travel 2,200 feet per second. When that deer looked up to lick the salt sucker I'd hung from the danged old tree.
Caught him right above the eye.
Caught him right above the eye.
And we had some fights.
Well, I hit one with a van.
We had some fights on the show. This is one of the epic fights we had between two girls.
Melissa Hopkins, your hand is up. What's up?
Oh my gosh, I was waiting for you to go through all the other callers. I was sitting back here with my 8-year-old son who just woke up in the middle of the night and said he needed a glass of hot water. It is 12:08 a.m. and it's 99 degrees.
Oh, I know, it's ridiculous.
Okay, Debbie.
How did that IVF work out for you, Melissa? How did that IVF work out for you? How did that IVF work out for you?
What the
and
heck
you've been doing
are you
some
talking
pretty amazing things with, older ladies getting pregnant these days.
And why are you being mean?
What's mean about that question?
I have 3 beautiful children, and I'm happy with that. Do I need more?
Okay.
Do I need more?
Well, I don't know. If you want to go in for more IVF, I don't know.
Why did you bring up IVF? You have no idea who you're talking with. I am
you're
pissed
old,
off right now.
You're old, and,
old?
Old people need IVF to get knocked up. Yeah.
What does old mean? What does old mean? What does old mean?
You, for starters, you're old.
Really? How old are you?
Why do you keep repeating that?
How old?
Why do you keep saying really? Are you having trouble hearing me?
No, I only asked it once. How old are you?
No, you said 3 times. Really? Yeah. I just asked about your IVF and how it worked out for you.
I'm not going back
Apparently,
to what I
it worked out for you pretty well since you have 3 kids. I was just curious.
You have my 8-year-old listening to you right now. Do you feel good about that?
I feel great about it. Hello, 8-year-old.
Why?
Hey, listen, you're the one exposing your children to this show.
Hey, he
take ownership of your own shit.
Like.
dran gewohnt, im TV-Funk, da läuft es nicht. Tja, sie war jung, das Herz so rein und weiß und jede Nacht hat ihren Preis. Sie sagt, to the sweet, you got red to the heat, ich verstehe, sie ist heiß. Sie sagt, babe, you know, I miss my funky friends, mein Jack und Joe und Jill. Mein Funkverständnis, ja, das reicht zur Not, ich überreiß, was sie jetzt will. Ich überleg bei mir, ihr Nasen spricht dafür, wäre das nicht noch Rauch? Die Special Places sind ihr wohl bekannt, ich mein, sie fährt ja U-Bahn auch. Dort singen's, da wie ne dumm. Oh, oh. Schau, schau, der Kommissar geht um.
We had a night where chat room shout-outs took 20 minutes, as in this. The voice you hear with me is Mekazawa.
And I pick up my mom. You wonder why she's tired all the time, because she has to wake up and breastfeed me.
That was Goose calling in. Did you hear a minute ago how Melissa Hopkins said, my 8-year-old child just woke up and needs a glass of hot water? Well, Melissa was known to call in schnockered drunk. This is Goose calling in as Melissa's quote-unquote 8-year-old son talking about his mom. It's really funny.
And I pick up my mom. You wonder why she's tired all the time, because she has to wake up and breastfeed me. And she's been doing this for the past 8 years. She even gave me a little pop-up book that showed me how to mix alcoholic beverages. That's why she's always tired. And drunk.
No, we're going to be nice. Who's Jesus Christ Superstar? Oh, Ryan. Okay, hang on. Let's pick up Jesus. Okay, Ryan. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, how are you?
141-143-155-165-166-199-2222-2361-4252-676-926-926-52822-285.
Oh my gosh, I was waiting for you to go through all the other callers. I was sitting back.
It's all desire, it's all desire, it's all desire.
I've seen, so I believe it's in the chat room. Ion Vosh. Ion Vosh. Jesus Christ Superstar.
That would
John,
be me.
That's you. John Brand's in the chat room. So is John Ferguson with a zero behind his name. So is Lulz.
Easy does it, they got something to say no to.
You Mad is in the room. So is Let Zeke. Late Zeke is in the room. Also is Lull what?
What?
It's all desire, it's all desire, it's all.
Mel Gibson's in the room. Moggy Ass. Oh, Moggy Ass has got to go. Goodbye, Moggy Ass. You were spamming the crap out of my show last time. Let me do a chat room shout out. Or you do a chat room shout out. Can you do that?
Me do a chat. Yeah, you know what? I will do that. I'm going to start with the people that have been around for quite a bit. And he's Rudy, are you still here? No, I can do Alcoholic, Anonymous, Artie Mine, Brooklyn Baller, Carl, CJ Johnson, Ching Chong Potato, Cook Block, Cuntface, Danielle O'Brien, Dimitri, all these guests.
I'm going to call right back in. I'll be right back.
All right.
Look for the AAAs.
Sean Newell is in the room. Sippy Cup S.N. Snow is in the room. Street Fighter R.Y.U. is in the room. So is 3 Abu. So is Trollja Boy and Wild Goose. And what the fuck is this crap is in the room?
Trollja Boy.
I like this one girl. You say that we're related. I'm on the air?
You're on the air.
Hey, hi Debbie. How are you?
Notice he said hi.
So
This isn't working at all.
Anyway.
I've seen this copy posted.
When a stranger's to love.
let's talk about Mike.
I'm so glad you did that then, because I was going to get into my super jaded mode, and that's always a downer. I was probably going to get into an argument.
You called it super jaded, and Jake.
Okay, we don't want to hear the intro again that I did. We did that. It was so funny when we did that. I'm trying to look and see what else is on here before I kill it. And like I said, I don't get on this computer much. I'm on my computer, but I'm streaming off of the old computer. It's really funny. We had so much fun, much more fun than we ever did on this show. And I was trolled even harder over there, but I didn't take it serious. It was just a fun show. We had fun every night. We had a lot of people on, a lot of laughing, a lot of frivolity. We kept it lighthearted. There you go. There's my buddy. Hey, buddy. Call me if you want to. I get desktop notices. We had so much freaking fun, laughing all the goddamn time. Nothing bothered us. People would call in and troll, and we'd just like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean? We just had a blast. In fact, I have an air check from from 105.3 in Dallas when I was a part of a show there that I had on this goddamn computer, and I don't know where it's at. I just saw it a minute ago. It's called Air Check. Let's see if I can find that. Y'all would probably get a kick out of that. I know I would anyway. I haven't heard it in so long. Here is a part of the Air Check that I did at one time. Right here. Take it away. Air Check. It's really sad. But it was done by a guy, I don't know if you know David Gold in Dallas. Anyway, this is part of the Air Check that we did. It's when Howard Stern was our anchor.
Wait a second. The Howard Stern Show. The talk that rocks Texas. Every weekday morning on the new 105.3 FM Talk.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted.
The official station of the Lake Ray Hubbard swim team. Olay. The new 105.3 FM Talk. The talk that rocks Texas.
Ooh, I like that. What is that?
Busta Rhymes.
Really? Who would have thought? Hey, I just want to listen to this. All right, hold your dogs, hold your cats.
Okay, before I play the part, when I come on, I'm in the way 105.3 was set up is there was Russ Martin's studio. You went through, you badged your way through the doors, and you got in, you turned left, and there was Russ's studio. It was the first one when you came to. There was a little waiting room outside Russ's studio, and then there was the other studio, and that's where we were. It was a small boardroom where the DJ that was actually working that time was in the room with the board op. That's why the board op was typically the co-host at the time. Then there was a telephone room that was actually behind that, which had a glass window in between me and the DJ that was on, and that's where I was. I was there. Now, when he turns on my mic, I sound sort of, it's not really a mic like this where I'm up on the mic. It's a microphone that's way up here, and so I sound kind of different. But what he used to do is when he would bring me on, he would make a doorbell sound, and what he's talking about is whenever he would ring this doorbell, a lot of people's dogs and cats, like my daughters, would start barking when they hear a doorbell. So that's why he said, hold your dogs, hold your cats. And he was fixing to ring the doorbell. And I did not make this air check. This was cut by David Gold, who was the voice that you just got through hearing. The reason he said the Lake Ray Hubbard swim team is because we had recently in Dallas had a van full of illegal aliens from Mexico that died in Lake Ray Hubbard in a car accident. A lot of cars veer off the road. Excuse me, I sound like Lester. And they go off into the water. Well, they couldn't swim, and so they all perished. And it was sort of a sick joke that David said, but nonetheless.
Ooh, I like that. What is that?
Busta Rhymes.
Really? Who would have thought? Hey, I just want to listen to this. All right, hold your dogs, hold your cats.
Hi.
Can Debbie come out and play?
Yeah, actually, she can. She actually can. Yeah, I really can come out and play.
Are you coming to the party?
Yeah, I'm going to be there. Oh, great. How they look?
Okay, so these are throwaways.
No, Ken, collector's items.
Collector's items?
Bingo. See, that's good. That's good.
On the back, it
They were
says,
showing me some T-shirts,
thanks
and
to
I go,
our
"Oh, wow,
sponsors,
cool!"
Texas Dreams.
And I was like going,
Superior Bail Bonds, www.superiorbailbonds.com.
Don't throw 'em away.
We're going to eat cake.
I
We're going
don't.
to eat European cake.
I don't think so.
In a gallery.
Last I heard, there wasn't going to be any European cake. So this is all getting very weird for me. But don't you worry about that.
Superior Bonding is still there.
Still there, and you're going to be there. And
I'm going to be there. I'm going to be the one there. I'm there.
You're effervescent.
I don't have a posse. I've got some horses that I could tie up outside, or I don't have a posse anymore.
You know what? We got to get Debbie out of the house.
Thank you. Please help. Help. Help me. I'm drowning.
The girl ain't got no posse. Her kids are just, hey,
and
hon.
I used to be somebody. I was somebody. I used to plan parties. And I'm help.
You're somebody to us, dear. We'll get more of you because you're working on some major issues that people. I've got a police officer named Scott that raised a good issue, and you're working on it for next week. It's the one about the lockers. You know.
Yeah, and I hate to tease, but actually I do. But I hate to tease radio, but y'all need to really listen in when we talk about this public intoxication when you're a passenger in a vehicle. It's interesting.
It's a big issue, and she's done a lot of research. Yeah. All right.
That's right.
Yeah, it's the closest thing to get out of jail free card. It's the get out of jail for a slight fee card.
We should give one away or have a contest. That would be fun.
All right, well, let's think about that.
Oh, great.
$1,000 bond.
God,
yeah.
my luck.
All right, hon, I'll talk to you later tonight.
Great.
All right.
Don't forget, you can still listen to Ken Goldberg's Law and Disorder on Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. on the new 105.3 FM Talk, the talk that rocks Texas.
This one goes out to Debbie.
Everclear.
Used to be a wild girl. Now I'm a soccer mom. Well, she won't be much soccer mom around this show because this show does not lend itself to soccer momming. But I talked to her daughter today. Our daughter said she's ready to see Debbie jump in the swimming pool, and even though the water's cold, she's going to push her in if she stops at the water's edge.
If I have to die, which I imagine I will, I don't imagine it, I just know I'm going to have to. I want to die like my father. My father died fucking. He did, man. He was 57, woman was 18. He came and went at the same time.
Good evening. Your dream is here, for I am Carlos. You think I'm sexy, and you're right. Come a little closer, I won't bite. I see the love that's in your eyes. Between my legs you'll find a prize. For I am what you're dreaming of. Because I'm Carlos, man of love.
I promised Sears I would tell this story on stage every night until the lawsuit settled. I had my van down in Savannah, Georgia. I bought this big two-story custom van back when I was married. I forgot to tell you this. It was kind of cool. It had the James Bond couch in the back where you push a button and the couch in the back automatically turns into a bed. I'm like, well, that's cool. I finally got something over those Mercedes-Benz driving in-laws of mine. You know what I mean? When I first bought the van, I was real proud of it, and I took it straight over to my brother-in-law's house to show it off because he's such a prick. And he takes one look at my new van. He goes, I can't believe you didn't buy a Mercedes-Benz.
They don't make a van.
They don't make a van. Ron, I don't think you fully understand the intricacies of Mercedes-Benz engineering. Why, I got the 3-inch windshield wiper that keeps my headlight clean in a rainstorm. I got a place to fuck your sister.
Thank you, Ron. Now, there was a night on the show when, this is really funny, y'all listen, okay? I got off the air and I got on the phone on Skype to call my girlfriend and accidentally was left on the air. And listen to what people heard. This is pretty rare. This is nowhere to be found. And pretty funny, actually. I'm telling her what happened. Okay, let me explain this. Let me set it up. On the show that night, Bill Wagner was on the air and I was on the air. And we both had these massive chat rooms and these massive shows going. And we were at war. The trolls had pitted us against each other. We were at war. I kept sending Jake over there in the chat room. He would throw Jake out of the chat room. It was just a massive cluster fuck, okay, to be honest with you. And this is me telling my girlfriend about what happened on the show. Now, for all practical purposes, on that show that night, most people that were there were thinking, oh, I hope Debbie's okay, because there was so much going on, a lot of tension, okay? But maybe this will give you a little bit of an insight into how I actually feel about getting trolled and things along those lines, because trust me when I say this was not meant to air, and it aired. Pretty funny stuff.
I was just sitting here in my office laughing about this. I'm sorry. Can't breathe.
Let me explain something first. When I get my giggle box turned over, I can't catch it. I cannot gain my composure. And this is one of those rare moments when I cannot gain my composure, trying to tell her what happened on the show that night.
I was just sitting here in my office laughing about this. I'm sorry. Can't breathe. I was sitting here listening to the show. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm trying. I was sitting here listening to Jake's show, and it just occurred to me the idiocy of all this going on. I mean, you think about it. Lance Vanderstroup. Lance Vanderstroup. And then we've got this one guy called something like, I don't know, something like Made in the USA or some shit like that. He's on time. I'm sorry. I'm trying to I can't. I'm trying. I'm in here by myself, if you can believe that. So here we've got this one guy on Tiny Chat by himself. With a mask on. I mean, you really think about this for a second. Bill Wagner, who's completely gone insane. He's on one channel. Screaming out. Oh, he just hit me. And we got Jake. We've got this crazy fire witch who's cursing me. Oh my God. We've got Fly Girl MD80. Who knows what she's calling herself now? Penelope or Fred or I don't know. She's calling into Bill Wagner's show, calling me. I'm on the show. I'm on my show. With my biggest nemesis. She's practically co-hosting with me. And I'm sitting here thinking all of a sudden, the whole world's stark raving mad.
Sorry, that was me. I accidentally hit something wrong. So we have things that are called, I have no idea what these are. It's just called January 4th, January 5th, January 6th. Who knows? It was a madhouse at that show. It was a blast. That's why everybody that was with me on that show is still best friends with me. You heard one of them last night, Oro Shango, Steve Rush, Jake, everybody Rooter, everybody that was with me on that show is still best friends with me because we had fun. We had a blast. And it was madness. It was absolute madness all the time. There was never a time when it was not fun, is what I'm saying. It was, anytime I think about that show, it just makes me smile. And it went on for a long time. This is Strope. Strope is the head of the BWC. Strope is probably the most powerful troll in the history of internet trolling. Seriously. He's been on national television. He's been on international television about trolling. And he's really not a bad guy. He's really not one of those suicide trolls. He's not one of those really bad trolls. And this is a recording, and he adopted me as his internet mom. He calls me mom every time he sees me. And this is Strope. I don't know what this is. I think it's Strope talking about... let's just play it. I'm just going to pull the ripcord here and just see if it. Here we go. It's called Strope. I have no idea what this is.
Hi, everybody. It's me, Debbie, and I just want to let you know a little bit about what the clip is you're fixing to hear. This was on our show that we did on March 30th, I believe, and Psychic Strope was
Psychic
on
Strope.
Blog Talk Radio.
Oh, shit.
And he called into my show, and
Crap, it's
that's
just
what
the
you're going to hear, and
intro.
it's just sort of a talk that goes on between me and Psychic Strope. So here we go. Enjoy.
Son of a bitch. It's only the intro to Psychic Strope. Where is Psychic Strope? He's got to be on here. He did a show called Psychic Strope. Do you remember Psychic Strope, Victor?
Yeah, remember the pretense?
What? What do you mean the pretense?
People called in for psychic...
Oh, absolutely. He was making fun of psychics is what he was doing. This says May 20th. I don't know what this is. Oh, I don't know what that is. It sounds like some recording that we don't want to hear. I know what it is. This sounds like, this looks like, let's see, there's one called Talking Jane and King. I don't know what that is. Damn it, I wish I knew where Psychic Strope was. That's so damn funny.
King and Jane, remember?
This says Snake. Snake is the head of the Skype assholes. Here we go.
That's the most pathetic we've ever come up against, man. Right.
Oh, right. Okay. This is an interesting clip that I got. This is taken from the room that hold on just a second. Okay. This was taken from their room, their show, their room, what do you want to call it? And they had just hung up from talking to me on my show. and it's Jake was in their room that night. Anyway, this is them talking about me and what they think about me. And when you hear one of them hang up, you hear one of the guys say, "I like her," and it just take a listen.
That's the fact we've ever come up against, man. Right. Sucks, man. I just got in and missed it. We got a end of jobber on here, man. Hey, we played it right, Doug. We're out of the room? Yeah, wait. Yeah, wait. Yeah.
They were talking about a 911, they called it a whatever jobber, an inside jobber, which was, I'm drawing a blank, the One Angry Jew. The one Angry Jew was on my show that night, and he was talking about whatever I'm trying to say. He was an inside jobber. There you go. Okay. Moving right along. Let's go over. Now, this is just Goose on Addiction. What is this? Goose, what are you doing?
Not much.
I've told y'all before, Goose was a major part of my show in the year 2011. Major part. That's how Goose and I got to be so close. He was a major part of it. He was basically one of my co-hosts. And this says Goose on Addiction. This has not been played because there's a blue dot by it, so I have no idea what this is.
Goose. Not much. I just wanted to throw in my 2 cents of what you were talking about earlier. I think you're addressing the cause of addiction. My headset might be a little loud. Is that me, or do you have... Okay. Am I good? Am I still Greggy? Are you serious? That's freaking lame. That's lame. No, it's... What? Alright. No, I just wanted to throw out that it's a complex issue, and like Melissa said in the chat room, our culture is broken down, but to me it's as if our culture hasn't ever existed, especially in this country. I mean, we live in an individualistic society where people only care about themselves. There is no we factor here, but a lot of people want to break free of that. They want the we factor. So I think things are breaking down at a faster pace, and people are realizing that we need to work together on things and come together as a family. And if you look at the family unit nowadays, it doesn't exist in its traditional form. You no longer have that atomic family. So people are reaching out to different forms of family, which is a great thing. Now, in our society, of course, yeah, we're selfish creatures. And that being said, you have everybody at the top and everybody at the bottom and everybody in between. But there's not a huge mass of people in between. It's mostly just, you have those few people at the top and everybody on the bottom. But there's a large feeling of disrespect between those two classes, between the upper and lower classes. So you have a lot of people that just feel down about themselves. They feel poor. And it's not necessarily that they are poor. You could consider yourself middle class, but at the same time just feel poor. Like you don't have any say in the world. And that seems to be a large, that the larger part of our mentality now is that we don't have a say in what happens in our world. But a lot of people are breaking out and figuring out. But, well, not just that. Not on just that level, though. It's very complex. But if you look at the cause of addiction, a lot of it has to do with, being abused or just feeling down and depressed. Sure, there's those lucky few who just do it to party, but chances are there's something in their past that they might not even remember, but emotionally it's still there. It's in their emotional memory. So just because you don't remember being abused or neglected as a child doesn't mean it didn't happen, or that you don't remember it. It's just that you don't have any recall of it. So, and obviously people on the lower part of the totem pole feel that a lot more, and even as they grow older, they feel this disrespect, this neglect by the upper portion of society, so they turn to addiction. But addiction comes in a lot of forms. It can come in the form of power, money, drugs, food, work, alcohol. So, yeah, addiction comes in many, but you have to look at it from a more complex platform, because it's not just you feeling depressed. It goes deeper than that. It's a societal issue.
Okay, what had happened is there were a whole bunch of people calling in one night to the tune of I took about 140 phone calls this night on my show that I'm talking about. And it all came to a screeching halt when one of the trolls from 4chan, a sad guy that everybody knew and everybody loved, and I refused to reveal who it was. None of you know him, but I withheld his identity, called in, and it turned serious. And it was because they were calling in and saying, oh, blah, blah, blah. It was a blast. We were laughing. Everybody was having fun. And it all stopped when this one sad phone call came in, and this one troll, like I said, everybody knew him on 4chan. He was one of the, quote unquote leaders over there. They knew him by his handle. And he called in and he got serious. Well, I took him in the gray room. I looked up and I saw the song Gray Seal. I took him in the green room and I said, look, if this is a troll call, this is me, Debbie, Goose is here with me. Let's don't do this. And he goes, I'm not trolling you. And he goes, I'm dead serious. I want to know if you can help me. And I was like, so I went back on and I pulled Goose in the green room. And Goose goes, man, don't troll about something this serious. He says, I'm not trolling. I really want to talk to her about this. And it was, like I say, it was a serious discussion, and I really felt like I had a little bit more on my hands than I was willing to handle. But it was a pretty intense call. This kid opened up and revealed some stuff that was, I guess you could say it was just very heavy, just very, very heavyweight. And it really kind of struck me, and I was like, fudge, I can't believe this guy's opening up like this. And the chat room was just going, our chat rooms were just rolling, and it just came to a stop. Everybody just went and just stopped talking to listen to what this guy had to say. And I'll be happy to play that for you guys, the recording of that, because I still have it here on this computer. And it's right here. Hold on just a second. I know where it's at. I'll just sit here and talk for a second while I look for it. But it was pretty serious, and it was kind of sad, but that's what Goose is talking about. This is Goose calling after that talk with, like I said again, the guy that called in. The reason I'm sitting here bloviating is because I'm trying to find it. I found it the other day. It's a very short clip, but it's still pretty epic to listen to because, like I said, again, it was a fun night where everybody was going crazy. And then just bam, it just stopped. Boom. And everybody was just like, you know what I mean? Everybody just felt really bad and like, not bad. We hadn't done anything to him, but everybody was just like, wow, that's kind of sad, you know? And it's right. I know where it is. It's one of these shows right here at this time. I'm looking for it right now. Sorry, I know I hate to do this. I shouldn't have stopped Goose. But if I don't, I can't look for this. Because that's just, anyway, that's the way it goes. Oh, crap. I'll look for it just a couple more seconds here. This is when Goose was with me almost every night. Here he is all over here. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just looking for this. I had it the other day. I don't know where it went. Oh well. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. I don't remember what I did with it. Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay. Here it is, the call that I took, like I said already 3 times what it's about. But give me a second just because it's at 14.04.
Before we were engaged.
Mm-hmm. Here it is. Okay. Again, here he is. Now, you're going to have to realize that I am exhausted at this point. I had been up all night. Oro was staying with us, and it was just a very, very, very busy time. And I hadn't slept really good in like 3 nights, and I'm just like... And I had taken 250 calls the night before, and I was up to over 100 calls this night, and this is the call that came in. I'm going to go forward a little bit, okay? Just be patient with me because I'm working off of a stream here.
I'm really not. Okay. Truly, I'm not. I just
Here it
am
is.
here. That's it. Answering the phone.
All right, then. Then I will give you one last go. You know what borderline personality disorder is?
Yes, I do. I studied it in school. There's a very famous book written about that called I Hate You, Please Don't Leave Me.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead.
An avid fan of that book.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I am one of those people.
Oh, really? And how do you know that to be true?
I was diagnosed with it several times. I'm not content with just one simple, minute diagnosis. I need several. Each confirmed in some way. So I'm going to ask you, do you know anybody that has an alcohol problem?
Yes, I do.
And how do these people, with their excessive drinking, I'm asking for advice here. I've entered a very rough patch.
You know, I was going to pause that because this is what I wanted to say. This is how I think that the younger generation can use me. They can use me.
Sorry, I lost that just for 1 second. Hang on just 1 second. The stream is buffering on us. Buffering. Okay, I think it's playing. Hold on, let's check. Here we go. Are we there yet? Come on. And here we go.
I mean, I wish you guys had somebody that
Here we
you could
go.
call, and that could easily be me. I mean, you certainly don't have to sit in my chat room every night or whatever and listen to the program, but listen to the way this call progresses. And this was, I think, Wednesday night. Thursday. Yeah, I'm pretty positive it was. I'm listening.
Just going to say I've entered a very rough patch. I'm looking for give and take. I'm not so much give, if you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying. and I'm listening. I'm just hit the mute button because I don't want to interrupt your thought process.
Go ahead. I can continue at any time. So what do? Do they attend Alcoholics Anonymous? Church groups?
No. There's a reason people drink. Right?
Sure. But is the drinking to fill the hole in the... Right?
I think it's personal.
Of course it's personal.
I think it's more on a one-to-one, it's one by one by one. I don't think it's anything that you can generalize on. People drink for different reasons. I think some people drink excessively because they like to party. I think it has nothing to do with having problems. I think it's more of a celebratory deal. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me.
Of course. There's levels of drinking.
I don't think you can classify all alcoholics as trying to drink. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice. Hang on. I don't think that you can classify all alcoholics as drinking away the pain, so to speak. I think some of them enjoy it. They enjoy the feeling that they get. And so I don't think all of it's to medicate, to whatever. You know what I mean? To escape. I really don't. And that's just
I'll agree with you. However, are you unsure how to answer my question?
What question was it?
I'm just asking you if you know people and what they do, if they have severe problems, if they go on a binge and they start to see something more habitual in their drinking. They stop drinking for medicating and they start drinking to drink.
I believe it's at this point when I open up to the audience that I had and I tell them a sort of a personal situation that I'd never opened up about. I think.
The addiction is forming. Now, the reason why I say this, as you already know, borderline suffer from a perpetual fear of abandonment.
Right.
I just understand there's a reason why I'm dragging this conversation out. I'm getting a little tired of people trolling you.
Well, what should we do about that?
Tell them all to fuck off.
And it gets even more, it goes on for another 14 minutes. It's very serious talk, and the kid just really kind of just, I say kid, he eventually told me that he was 28, and he had gotten out of Duke University, and he was living back at home with his mom and his father, who was never around. He never was around, and he was drinking every night. Every night. He would go out to different people's, he lived by Duke. He would go either to dormitories, and but he said he ended up drunk every single night, and it had been going on for 2 years. And the nights that he tried not to drink, he would get nervous and sweaty, and I told him that, I ended up telling him to make it, to summarize it, ended up telling him that it was always odd to me that he said he didn't believe in Alcoholics Anonymous. I said, I'm not real sure that I do either, because to me, Alcoholics Anonymous, I said, when it comes right down to it, it's you versus whatever. It's you versus whatever addiction you're trying to break. That's the bottom line. It's you versus the monster. And you're just going to have to write it out. I said, you got yourself into that position. You're going to have to get yourself out of it. And to me, all Alcoholics Anonymous is, I've never been there, but to me, it just seems like there's no pill. Well, I'll let you listen to it. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to summarize it here. I'll go back to it.
All right.
I don't know what else you want me to say. Anyways, my drinking has become more habit-forming. So if you're going to give me advice would you give me?
Well, when I was in my 20s, I was 21, okay? And I started drinking. And when I came home one day from work, I was a legal secretary and made a drink. I realized one thing is I'm not going to let the tail wag the dog. I was going to make the drink my bitch instead of the drink making me its bitch. That's the way I dealt with it. That's all I know. That's the way I personally dealt with it. I get pissed off when something tries to make me its bitch.
What if you can't stop? There is no making it your bitch.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can. If I can do something, anybody can, because I'm nothing more than a weak person myself. And I remember the moment I walked into my apartment. I can see the moment. I can visualize everything about it. And I drank Tanqueray and tonic. And I drank it, and I drank it, and I drank it. And I drank it at night, every fucking night. I was in a big social circle here in Dallas, a high-powered social circle. You know, when it comes to...
And then I pick up, because I'm obviously replaying it from, this was April 22nd. I think it actually occurred on April 19th. And then we had another interesting call that night from a guy that said his name was Merlin, and he was in the group Anonymous. And he said, I want you to know that these people that are from 4chan are not associated with the group Anonymous. They are it was pretty interesting. He said, but I want you to know that you're handling everything in a very good way, whatever you want to say. Just a very, he said you were handling everything good. So, anyway, that's what Goose is talking about. When he's talking about that caller, he was calling on the night that I was talking about it. It's probably an interesting show. I probably should just let some more of that play, because we had some interesting listening. Because I tend to judge it by if it's interesting to me, then it's probably going to be interesting to somebody else out there. We had sponsors on the show, funny sponsors on the show. This says BTR message. I don't know what that is. This is BTR rescue me. I don't know what that is. Some funny stuff on here. Oh, this is another funny caller I had. Caller with 37-year-old girlfriend. Carol for May 23rd. Let me see. I'm just going through some of this, because I don't ever get on this I really don't. I don't get on this much. Actually, I never get on it. Before I forget about this deal, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, and I'm reading all these entries. Okay. I don't know what some of this means. It just did. I don't know what... I don't know what cops is, why it says cops, why this says Cosby, why this says, some of them I know what they are, some of them I don't. This one just says, sorry, some of these are great. I'll pick out one in just a second, hold on. This is called Debbie Derpy Dial. This is funny. I think this was done by John Brand, and it's a night that we'll just take a listen.
Hey, I'm not available to take your call at this time. Leave a brief message. I'll call you back as soon as I get a chance. Thanks. Have a great day.
This was made by a listener, a guy that listened to me every night. It's my understanding he's now passed away. He never, ever missed my show. It was crazy. And he made this for me.
Hey, I'm not available to take your call at this time. Leave a brief message. I'll call you back as soon as I get a chance. Thanks. Have a great day.
Crap. Hi. I think I have the wrong number. Sorry. Oops. Certainly didn't sound like Dalton, did it? Hello, area code 251. 251.
Yeah, who is this?
251. I am so sorry. We dialed the wrong phone number. My name's Debbie. I have an online internet talk show. We got the wrong number. I'm so sorry.
Excuse me?
Hello?
Yes.
My name is Debbie. My name is Debbie. I have an internet radio talk show. We dialed the wrong number. Well, hell, I don't know. I guess I thought I spoke perfect English.
Oh, yeah, who is
God,
this?
this is going to take forever. I've hit it. Okay, are you listening?
Yeah, who is this?
My name is Debbie.
Yeah.
Okay? Did you get that much? I
I
have
got that much.
a talk show. Okay, well, what did you not get?
No, I'm just listening to the talk show. I was wondering what it was about. You called my number.
I told you I called. Your number is 233. His number is 223. I just dialed. I told you that.
Oh, I see. So you dialed the wrong number is what you're saying?
Yeah, I believe I said that.
Okay, are you shaved or not shaved?
Shit to me. They say that I'm ill-mannered, that I'm gonna self-destruct. But if you know what I'm thinking, you'll know that pop country really sucks.
I've just been informed that we have located Psychic Strope. I want to interrupt Hank 3 to bring you Psychic Strope. Psychic Strope is amazing. Stand by for Psychic Strope. I understand that it is available. So stand by, and here we go. Psychic. Okay. Psychic Strope. No, I didn't mean that. I meant Psychic Strope. And I don't see Psychic Stroke. Where did you find this at?
It's not on yours.
What do you mean it's not on mine?
Mine popped up. It's on Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, let me go see if it's on Blog Talk Radio. Hang on. Maybe I got... Hold on. Blog Talk Radio, Psychic Strope. This is worth listening to. Nope, nothing there. Sorry, guys. I lied. He's going to send me the wait a minute. He's going to send me the link to it. Wouldn't you know, Victor? Bonehead. Anyway, sorry guys, I interrupted a good song, but where were we? I would go check my chat room, but I can tell you exactly what's going on over there, and I haven't even been there. I haven't even opened it all night, which means I only have my studio open. I don't have that open. It's going to be Stabby, and they're saying, oh, this guy was trolling her, and this was this, and this was that, and I know everything about everything, and I'm the smartest person in the whole world. And I know Debbie more than Debbie knows Debbie because I know everything in the whole world because I'm Stabby. And Stabby is the smartest person in the whole world. Stabby knows me more than I know me. Stabby knows me more than anybody knows me. Stabby knows me more than Stabby knows you. Stabby knows everybody. Actually, Stabby knows everything in the whole world. He is the smartest person in the whole world. Stabby is. You would just have to know what I'm talking about. If you know Stabby, you'll know that he knows everything. He does, truly. Smartest person in the world is Stabby. Now, while we wait on the psychic stroke, which is so freaking funny, I'm sorry to let you down like that, but as you know, you've heard me tell you 1,000 times that I had a really cool co-host for a while named Zeki. Zeki was in many arenas thought of as one of the head trolls of all. And he... Yes? Yes?
It's under Psychic Steph. Featuring, yeah, Steph, S-T-E-F. My computer locked up, so I can't send it.
Okay.
Featuring Psychic Stroke.
Okay, thank you. And he would only come on my show or Ghosts. I never can say that show. And I thought it was really kind of nice that he did that because he didn't think that anybody else was really worthy of him. He was pretty big. He was pretty cool. Now, some people will say, no, he wasn't very cool. Yes, he was. He was. Wouldn't you say Zeki was the king? I mean, he was the top of the heap. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he would call into Ghost Show, and I'm looking for it right now, and of course I can't find it. I just saw it. That's why I'm talking so much, because I can't find what I'm looking for. But I'll find it now, somehow. Hold on, everybody. I got thrown off when Victor gave us that. Here we go. Here's one of them that has Zeki on it. I'll play this while I figure out. There's 22 of them with Zeki. Let me just pick out one. This one right here. I don't know what it is.
He's a superb counter troll, and it's all about trolling Goofy Bone at this point, but at the same time contributing to Ghost Show because, you know.
I was told by a lot of people that I needed to make a blog, and I never had, so I did, and I appreciate your input.
Well, my input was mostly grammatical, so what can I say?
Yes, it was quite brutal, but I suspected it would be the way. I ventured into a very deep waters when I asked you for your opinion, but I knew that going into it, so that's fine. John Brand will be happy to know John Brand will be so happy to know there's a chat room. He was on Skype probably 30 minutes before my show started, just haggling back and forth about a chat room. In fact, let me run over to Skype real quick and let that boy know that there is a chat room. Ooh, it's already filling up. Hold on just one second. Let me go tell John. He'll be so happy. Hold on. And here we go. Chat room open. Life is too short, he said. Don't take it so seriously. Learn from Ghost. He uses the troll to his advantage. You have your fans, Debbie. I was having a glass of wine and listening to you and having fun, hoping the chat would make my day. And he says, I miss the old Debbie. Just roll with it, baby, he says.
Ghost is exploiting the trolls to the point where he's taken a hiatus. That's an interesting definition of exploiting.
That was not mine. That was not my words. Those were the words of John Brand.
Knowledge is power.
All right. We found it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stand by this because I don't know what it is, but here it goes. And it says Psychic Steph featuring Psychic Strope.
Knowledge is power, and I've been just educating myself on the whole spiritual world. You.
That's definitely Strope. And he was making fun of psychics on Blog Talk Radio. Blog Talk Radio was full of all these bullshit psychics. Here we go.
You know, I was, studying some psychology at my local college in the area. And it's been a while since I've been doing readings, but, knowledge is power, and I've been just educating myself on.
Okay, this is trolling at its finest.
like I said, he was the king. And he's obviously calling into somebody's psychic show and trolling her, which basically means for you newbies out there, bullshitting. But he was the best.
On the whole spiritual world, you.
Yeah, well, we're happy to have you here today. We've had a lot of callers. They're anxious to call in. Somebody's been holding for 10 minutes. So, you know what? I'm going to go right away, and I'm just going to start accepting callers because I don't want to keep them waiting. So, 708, you are on the air. Hello, 708.
Hello there. I would like to find out how the next 2 months are going to go.
How the next 2 months are going to go?
Mm-hmm. Anything in particular? Is it going to be good, bad, different?
Strobe, you want to take
Well, are you more concerned about, like, relationship-wise, financially, or just a little bit of everything?
A little bit of everything.
Well, you know, unfortunately, I see that the work's going to go pretty bad for the last week, and you're going to be, you know, going through some tough times, but that's okay, you know, because that's just the way the economy is. But I also see that you might be needing to hook up with a black guy just to, you know, make rent. I mean, have you ever been attracted to black men? Ma'am, this is not a joke. I take my profession very seriously.
Am I going to have an encounter with Denzel?
No, maybe a black guy.
That was racist. That was not.
Yeah. But I don't like racist people. I mean, I'm trying to help them by giving them a free reading. I mean, usually you have to pay for this, and they're going to say some racist stuff about black people and laugh at them.
That was racist. I said that wasn't
a horrible thing, woman. What happened to you?
I didn't mean it racist.
Then why did you say the
Okay,
word
well,
nigger on my radio?
You know what, dear? Thank you.
That's right. You better hang up.
Have a wonderful day. Okay. Well, we lost her, and we lost a lot of our viewers. That was kind of odd. I guess they don't like fortune. But I'm going to take 818. You're on the air, 818. How are you doing today? 818. Hello? I guess 818 does not want to be on the air anymore. 818, you are off the air.
Get them all.
I can't. Okay, now I get it. 504, you are on the air.
Hello?
Hello, how are you doing today?
Hi. I'm fine. How are you guys?
Oh, we're good.
I just have a question about, well, I have two questions if that's okay. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, anything.
Okay, my first question is about my summer plans. I'm a junior in college right now, and I'm looking to do a summer plan abroad. Just wondering how that looks, like if that was going to work out. And my second question was about my love life.
Okay.
See anything new coming at all? That would be nice.
Well, let me see. Okay, I'm going to draw some cards right now. I'm going to lay them out. Okay, the first card I'm taking, it is an angel, but she has her head down, and that usually doesn't mean anything good. Okay, the next card, it's a big cross, and the cross usually signifies
Can you
hope.
believe these readers, these half-ass, oh, I'm going to pull some cards. These people have no idea what they're doing. They're telling these people stuff that is absolutely scary. But I want to see if Strobe comes back.
This summer?
Yeah. It's not looking too good.
Hey, we're just trying to help people. I mean, if the truth hurts, I mean, so be it. We're not going to sit here and lie to you, sing you the blue or a happy song.
Yeah, I mean, you all do a psychic show, but it doesn't always... Yeah, it doesn't always mean you're going to get something good. Bad things can happen, too. It's not all fun and games. Life is full of disasters. Got to recognize them. Okay, well, we've got some more callers on the air. We got Ig Films V2.
Hello?
Hello?
Am I going to die a good, slow and painful death or a fast death?
Definitely slow. Yeah, go for it.
What do you think how do you think I'm going to die?
Bill Wagner.
Excuse me? You know, the only thing I really see in your life that's gonna, possibly be harmful to you is you're gonna be smoking too much, and it's not just gonna be tobacco. Let me ask you this: are you homosexual at all?
Yeah.
Then, I see something. I'm not trying to sound immature, but I see you getting
You do.
a virus that's a very deadly one.
Is it from Bill Wagner?
This guy's boring the balls off me. I think this is a prank caller we got here.
Yeah, this is a prank caller. You silly little kids. Okay, we gotta go down to Bill. Yeah, okay, all right. You have fun, Mr. Bill.
Babe. Yeah, baby buds.
Yeah, I just I hung up on that guy. Okay, so the next caller, 213, you are on the air. Hello, 213, how you doing?
Psychic Stephanie, baby, what's up? Look, I got a question for you. I just went to court today, and they gave me a continuance on my trial, and I want to know when my baby's mama's going to get off my back about my child support. That bitch be tripping, Stephanie. You hear me, Stephanie?
I don't know what happened to Stephanie, but I'm getting some strong senses here. I don't know if, I have a feeling this baby mama is going to take you for a ride because it seems like, I'm guessing you collect a lot of benefits, and I think she's just trying to get, a piece of that.
And that, of course, was the infamous 213 who used to call my show, too. He called my show one night, and he said that he and Pookie had been to church, and they waited on the plate to come around. When the plate came around, Pookie stole a $50 bill, and they went out and bought a dime bag. And he wanted to know if I could grant him bless me, Lord, for I have sinned. He was making like a confession, and it was really funny. So there you go. That's a little taste of Psychic Strope. Strope was a troll, a major troll that would make fun of psychics and give out some of the craziest. But what was funny is these. You're making me nervous. What was funny? I get all weird when you're standing behind me. What was funny about it was these women that would call these psychic shows. He would be telling them a line of bullshit, and they would be believing him. And that's what was so funny about it. That was the win, was that they would be going, really? So I'm going to play. I'm going to go forward and see if I can get one more good reading out of Strope here.
It's right on your pot road, because you don't even know what's going on right now, Stephanie.
Your message.
Oh, yeah? What verse? Huh? What verse, woman?
What I'm not exactly
woman.
sure, but I could show you some pictures if you want. He has his own website.
I don't want to see pictures of your wiener.
Excuse me. I don't think that's the way. I think I'm being prank called tonight. I'm gonna hang up on this man. That we are just being prank called, and they're taking advantage of us, and we just want to help
the trolls
people.
are out tonight.
I don't know what
low
that's
life
it.
losers
Why
sitting
are
in
they
their
calling
parents'
us in?
basements.
Yeah. God, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna let in 818-222-8384. You are on the air. Sorry that I just said your entire number.
Yeah, that's the first time that ever happened, but I think something's going on in the universe because something chaotic is happening to my world too.
Okay.
And as I'm listening to you, I'm just thinking that maybe something is going strange. Because, for instance, in my world, my son went to the wrong airport to pick up my daughter, and they're both angry at me. And it's like I can't prove to them that I didn't tell them the wrong thing. So I'm just told my friend, and I can't go into that one, but it's just that, and I'm listening to you, and I was about to hang up, but I was feeling so sorry for you with the crazy people that are calling. I mean, they're awful that's calling up.
I know. And I don't know what's going on tonight.
I can't believe it. It's like, so I hate to say this, but maybe the universe is telling me don't feel so bad what's going on with me because you're having a worse time than me. I'm just going to have kids coming home and being very angry at their mother and thinking I'm unfit mother because of what my ex-husband said. But, God, he was a sociopath, so it looks like the other people are coming out that are like him. Oh, my God. I'm sorry I'm laughing. Oh, my. Oh. Wow. That's what it planned, for me to laugh right this minute. I don't mean to laugh at you, but wow, does this happen to you all the time?
I have a quick question for you, ma'am. Yeah, I have a quick question. Was your ex-husband a black man?
No, he wasn't.
You sound like the type that would be into black people.
No, why are you prejudiced against black people?
No, I'm just, I'm a psychic. I go off of, the spirits, the vibes and whatnot. I just tend to have a strong devotion. You have a strong devotion to the BBC.
Well, no one's ever said that to me. I don't have anybody in my life that is.
There you go. A little bit of psychic stroke here on the show. He was horrible. Horrible and funny. So we've covered vaccinations. Please vaccinate your children. Do not listen to crazy women that tell you not to. They are insane, and they are wrong, and they are, just trust me, they're very wrong. So that's going to do it, I guess. I did open up the lines, and nobody called me, but that's okay because we usually have calls. And I'm just sitting here bloviating about just nothing. But I enjoy playing some of the older shows for you. They're funny. And, oh, wait a minute. I interrupted one. I'll go out with a couple of things here. One of them will be, we'll let the rest of the show that I had Zeki on, just to give you a little idea of how Zeki was. He was the coolest cat in the land. Here he goes. Boink, waiting on the stream, and it's buffering, and here it comes, I think. It says connecting. Well, hold on. Now, for some reason, it's not playing. I don't know why. It just says connecting. Maybe I lost... All right. Well, we lost connection with the other computer. Victor rebooted it, which I have no idea why he would do that in the middle of my show here, but that's what we deal with. Anyway, okay. So that's it, I guess. I will just bid you all adieu for another night here. And why would somebody reboot a computer in the middle of the program? That doesn't make any sense to me, but I don't know. A lot of things don't make sense to me. I'm looking for a song to close out with. Here we go. This is a good one. This is the second one I found. I don't feel like looking any further. All right? So for me, tonight only, I'm going to bid you all adieu. All right? Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Hey, ladies, Lester here with a little tip for you. Next time you go skydiving, and I know many of you do, wear a tampon. It'll keep you from making that whistling noise you make on the way down. Problem solved.
I was 5 and he was 6. We rode on horses made of sticks. He wore black and I wore white. He would always win the fight. Bang, bang, he shot me down. Bang, bang, I hit the ground. Bang, bang, that awful sound. Bang, bang, my baby shot me down. would always laugh and say, remember when we used to play bang, bang, I shot you down, bang, bang, you hit the ground, bang, bang, that awful sound, bang, bang, I used to shoot you down. Music played and people sang. Just for me the church bells rang. Now he's gone, I don't know why. And till this day sometimes I cry. He didn't even say goodbye.